the main difference whenever I got there was how much they favor chicken and pork over beef. Like I grew up in a family that was a very beef eating family. My dad is a cow vet, and so we'd eat beef almost every meal. In Portugal, beef is more expensive than pork or chicken, and so you're going to be having a lot of pork and a lot of chicken and a lot of rice dishes. They really, one of their main things in cuisine is to cook things and put it on top of rice. There are some random dishes that when you first see it, you think like, what the heck is that? Where they get like maybe like a hamburger patty or a chicken thing, and they just set it on a plate with rice, French fries, and like some lettuce to make a salad. And that's a very simple dish that you're going to see a lot in Portugal. And another big difference is their bread. Portuguese have amazing bread. It's like there are very few places in the United States where you could find bread as good as the common bread in Portugal. It's just whenever you get it freshly baked out of a padaria, it's like one of the most amazing things. And then they have the pastries there. Like you always think of France or something as as having really good pastries. I think of Portugal now because I've tried a lot of their cakes, I've tried a lot of their pastries, and they're just some of the best things I've ever had. There's this one area that I served in that's famous for this one specific cake made at one specific cafe that everyone knows about. And so every day at 11 and at 5, there's giant lines out of this little pasteleria, which is when they finish baking everything. That's the times whenever they come out of the ovens. And so there's giant lines down the street for these they're like little bowls, or they're like little balls that have an egg cream filling inside, and it's wrapped in cinnamon sugar. They're called bolos de Berlim. Like everyone knows about it, and they're just some of the most delicious pastries I've ever had. And I brought my companions up to it. They've had the same cake made at other places, and they're like, I don't know, I've had lots of different opportunities to have this cake. I don't think it's going to be the greatest I've ever had. And then they take it from this one cafe and they eat it, and they're like, this is really the best one I've ever had. And their pastries are just really good. And one thing that they point out a lot between us and our food and Portuguese food is our food is a lot sweeter. Like our bread is sweeter, and especially our desserts are sweeter. You bring them brownies and they love brownies, and you bring them like cookies and they love American cookies just because it's so much sweeter, because we use a lot more sugar where they use a lot more flour. And yeah, the Portuguese food is really, really good. And being in Portugal, you also get to eat a lot of African food, which is really, really good. Like Cape Verde has some delicious dishes that I had a few times. And you have Brazilian food, which is really, really good. You kind of get a little taste of that whenever you go to like Tucanos or Rodízios or something like that. But Brazilian food is a lot of meats and rice platters and stuff like that. The food there is just amazing. Anyone who likes to eat, they're going to love Portugal.